Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Can you guys hear me? Okay, let's start. Yeah, it's okay if someone is joining again. That's a good thing because you guys are going to be revising all the things. Okay, I think we should start. Let's start with dua. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي رب زدني علما رب زدني علما رب زدني علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين اللهم فقهنا في الدين اللهم فقهنا في الدين. Okay, I think everyone can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Perfect, amazing. Okay, so let's start. In our last class, last Friday, we started the course by discussing our the understanding of the word tajweed, and we came to know that tajweed is going to be a combination of two things: the proper understanding of the waquf and the correct pronunciations of the letters, right? So is there anyone having any confusion from our previous lesson or any question that is bothering you guys? So that we can take the questions first and then we will revise the things so that we can move forward. Okay, seems like nobody is having a question. So let's revise all the things and then let's like after revising, we will start our next Makharij, that is going to be the shafatan, the lips, and then the nose, that is khayshum. Okay, we have to cover these two today. So let's revise. We just studied about the word tajweed, which says in Arabic, التجويد هو ترتيل الحروف ومعرفة الوقوف, right? So ترتيل الحروف, we understand that it means the proper recitation, right? The correct pronunciations for the letters, so that we can make the difference between the ha and the ha, right? And then ومعرفة الوقوف means how to stop and where to stop, the complete knowledge of stopping in the Holy Quran, right? And then we move towards the Makharij al-Huruf so that we can have the understanding that from where are we going to pronounce that very certain letter, right? Just so that we can make the difference between the sounds of the similar sounds, but the different letters, just like ha and ha, sin and sa. All of these four letters are different, but they do sound similar in their pronunciation. So we have to understand their differences to pronounce them differently, right? Then we learned about the 5 makhraj, their names, and we discussed the halak in detail, right? So we discussed about the halak in detail. It says that the halak is a throat, basically. In English, it's called throat. We divided the halak into 3 parts, right? If I can draw for you guys. Yeah, we just divided the halak into 3 parts. Then what we did was we said that there is a very upper part that is just close to our mouth, and we call it as adana halak, right? From where we are going to pronounce our stronger letters, which were ghain and kha, right? Then we divided the halak again, the throat again, and we made the middle part that is very bumpy, if you can feel it. And we call it as was al-halak because it's in the middle, right? And the middle part always pronounces the very clear letters. So they're going to be ha and ain. Then we move towards the lower part, the part that is far away from our mouth. And we call it as aqsa. Aqsa means the lower or the deepest part, right? So the deeper sounds are going to be ha and hamza, right? These were the things that we discussed in our last class. So anyone having any confusion regarding these three parts of our throat, al-halaq, or any confusion in their pronunciations, you guys can make questions and then we can move towards the next makharij. Okay. Okay, it seems like nobody is having any question. Should we start a new makharaj, new point of origin of letters? Okay, so we are going to move towards our second makharaj, that is going to be our lips, because it's going to be very easy to pronounce four letters from our makharaj lips. The lisan, inshallah, we'll be doing it at the end of the makharaj because it's going to be a very detailed lesson and it's going to be pronouncing so many letters. So let's do the easier ones first. So let's move towards the lips that are shafatan, right? Shafatan in Arabic and lips in English, okay? So our lips are going to be pronouncing four letters, okay? Four letters in total from our lips. So let's talk about the very first one, that is the letter fa. Fa is basically made up of two sounds. It's F and then A. So when we have to pronounce fa, what we have to do is we have to use the very front two teeth, the upper two teeth, okay? And then what we have to do is we have to use the tip of our first two teeth, and then we have to connect it from the inner wedge part of our lower lip. Okay, let's consider this is our lower lip, and then we have to join the tip of our first two teeth to the inner or the wetter part of our lower lip, and then we will pronounce the letter fa. And do remember that when the F sound is going to be pronounced, and that very part, the tip of our first two teeth is going to be joining with the inner wetter part. Pronounce it fa. Fa. Sophia, would you like to say it? The letter fa?
Fa.
Fa. Perfect, Shazia. Marina, would you like to say it? Or Sophia, would you like to say it? No problem. Should we move towards the next makharaj? The next letter? The makharaj is going to be same. We are going to use our lips. Let's move towards the next one. So fa is pronounced from the lower lip by touching the first two teeth, right? The tip. So let's move towards the letter wow. It's very easy to pronounce the letter wow. Why and how? Because wow is just similar to the English pronunciation as wow. When we see a beautiful thing, right? So whenever we see a beautiful thing, we say, wow, what a beautiful thing. So wow is basically the right pronunciation for wow. And how do we say it? We just make our lips round. Both our lips are going to be round or they are going to be in oval shape. So this is how we are going to pronounce wow. Say it. Wow.
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 Good. Shazia, would you like to say it?
Wow.
Good. Sylvia?
Wow.
Good. Perfect. Amazing. Let's move towards the next one. So in the next one that we have, now we have two more letters, the letter ba and mim. We have to understand them very carefully because both are going to be pronounced more similar positions. But what we have to do is we just have to use the inner or the outer parts of our lips. So when we pronounce the letter ba or the letter B, if you can pronounce the letter B, when we pronounce B, our lips are going to be joined from the inner wetter parts, connected from the inner wetter parts, right? B. And B or ba is the combination of B and then A. So let's say it ba. Join,
Ba.
connect the inner vertebral parts of your both lips. Ba,
Ba.
perfect. Anyone else?
Ba.
Ba, Sabia,
Ba.
perfect. And we also have to be very careful with the letter ba when we are pronouncing it. Why? Because the correct pronunciation for this one is only ba. It's not going to be be or any other pronunciation, because if we pronounce it that way, it's not going to be part of an Arabic letter. It might be a part of our Hindi or Urdu. So be is not the correct pronunciation. It is not an Arabic letter. Only the pronunciation of this one with the ba sound is the right pronunciation for Arabic ba. Okay? When we have to pronounce, yeah, so when we have to pronounce the letter meme, what we have to do is we have to join our lips from the outer parts or the dry parts. Let's pronounce it meme by making the M and M sound in the beginning. Like this. Meme.
Mim.
Yeah, meme.
Mim.
Good. Also, it's made of three letters, meme, and then ya, and then me. So it's going to be a bit more stretching than the ba. Ba is made of just two letters. So it's like ba. It sounds like 2 seconds. But when we say meme, it sounds more like 3 seconds. Why? Because it is made of three letters, meme, ya, and me. So it's a bit of a stretching sound. Meme.
Mim.
Yeah, connect the outer or the dry parts of the lips. Again, meme.
Mim.
Good. Shazia?
Mim.
Yeah, Shobia?
Meme.
Perfect. Amazing. So the ba is pronounced with the inner vertebral parts connecting between, and then the meme with the outer parts. Is it clear? So we are done with the shafatan. Shafatan, what we learned about the shafatan is the shafatan are our lips, right? And from our lips, we are going to pronounce how many letters? 4 letters. The easiest one is the letter wow. What we have to do is we just have to round our lips. And it's going to be similar to the one that we say in English as like, wow, what a beautiful thing, to praise something, right? So the pronunciations are same, wow. And then when we have to pronounce the letter fa, again, we're going to use our lips and the front two teeth. The tip of our front two teeth are going to be connecting with the inner vertebral part of our lower lip. Say it, fa.
Fa.
Yeah. And then we have learned 2 more, ba and meme. Ba with the wetter parts of our lips, both lips connecting. And meme with the dry parts of our both lips connecting. Okay? Everything clear regarding the lips, the shafatan? I think we should write it down over here, and then we will move towards the next makharij as well. So we will write over here the second one as shafatan, right? And we named the shafatan in English as lips, right? So the lips are going to be used to pronounce our 4 letters. How many letters? We have to use, say 4. Oh, E double
4 letters.
R S. Yeah, 4 letters. let's write the pronunciation for each and every one. Yeah. So the very first one is going to be the word fa, right? Fa, or let me change the writing. Okay. Okay, yeah. So let's write it. Yeah, fa. So to pronounce the letter fa, what we are going to do is, okay, yeah. We have to use the front two teeth, the tip of, okay? The tip of front two teeth and connect it to which part?
Up, upper, the dry part, is it?
Oh, so we cannot use the upper two teeth with the upper lip, right? The lower lip
Yes,
and which part?
dry part.
We have to use the wet part of our lips, okay?
Wet part.
Yeah. So we have to use the wet part of our lower lip. And we have to connect
Wet
what?
part.
The front two teeth tip. Okay? Let's just highlight only the one that are important. So let's do this one. The tip of front two teeth and connect it to the lower wet parts, right? Let's move towards the next one. We pronounce the letter fa with the letter wow, right? And we
Yes.
the wow as like, one second. Okay, yeah. So wow seems like this okay. So to pronounce wow, what we have to do is we have to round our both lips, right?
Yes.
And then we have the letter ba, right?
Yes.
So to pronounce ba, how are we going to pronounce the letter ba? We have to, we connect both lips. Which part? Wet parts, right? Yeah, now I can see it. So we connect both lips, wet parts, right? And when we pronounce the next letter, the last one is the letter meme, right?
Meme.
And let's write the meme in Urdu as well, the Arabic one. Yeah. So to pronounce the meme, we have to we connect our both lips. Which parts? The outer part or inner or the dry parts, right?
Both dry part.
Yeah, the meme is pronounced by connecting our both dry parts of our lips, both dry
Meme.
parts of lips, right? Yeah, now I think it's good. Okay, this was shafatan. Shafatan were our lips, and we divided them we pronounced 4 letters from there, right? Same makharij pronouncing 4 letters, fa, ba, meme, and waw. Let's do one more makharij. Should we?
Okay.
It's going to be very easy. Why? Because I think we covered the khayshum or the jawf. I'm not sure. Let's do the khayshum, I guess. Because I guess we did the same. No. Yeah, we did the oral cavity. So let's do the oral cavity because in our yesterday's class, we do have class on Thursday as well. So in our Thursday class, I do remember, if I'm not wrong, we did the oral cavity.
Yes.
Okay, let's do this oral cavity. This is also one more makharij. It's going to be very easy, but you just have to understand the concept. Why? Because the one that is going to be dealing with the letters pronunciation it might get a bit difficult for you guys because some of us don't know what madda is. So let's have a rough concept. But when we will be pronouncing the madda, because it is a whole rule. So when we will learn the whole rule, then at that very point, we will be understanding it in the right way, inshallah. But let's discuss the makharij, okay? The point of origin. So now we're going to discuss about the oral cavity. Right after the shafatan were lips. Now we are discussing the oral cavity, which is jawf or jawf dahan. So what is oral cavity? If I can show you with the diagram. Okay, this is how our mouth looks like internally. This is our tongue, and this is the part that is present right above our tongue that is empty, right? This is upper palate, below the upper palate, and above our tongue is this empty space that we call as like the oral cavity, right? So oral cavity is going to be pronouncing 3 letters, the letter alif, waw, and ya. So we have discussed the letter waw pronunciation, right? So why are we discussing it over here? Because waw is pronounced by our lips, right? Not join, but we round our lips. So we are going to pronounce the letter waw only when it's going to be madda from our oral cavity. So what does waw madda means? We said that we have to pronounce waw only when it's madda from our oral cavity, right? So madda is again an Arabic term, and it means as a stretching sound. Just like when we were pronouncing the letter meme, I told you that it is made up of 3 letters, meme, ya, and meme. So it's going to be belong for 3 seconds, right? So whenever the sound is not very similar to like no stretching sounds, like just like the letter ba or like jim or like any other letter that is not stretching. And when we pronounce the Quran like any letter qala or maybe zalika or maybe fihi or maybe any word that is not having any stretching sound except for the one that we say in our prayer or in our salah, wala dolin, amin. When we say dolin, we stretch it, right? Instead of saying iyyaka na'budu, we do not stretch any letter. But when we say wala dolin, we say it for 3 seconds long or 5 seconds long, right? So whenever the sound is going to be a stretchy sound, it means it is a madda, okay? Madda means a stretchy sound. So when we are going to pronounce the letter waw with a stretchy sound, it means we are going to say it from our oral cavity. Okay. So whenever the alif, waw, and ya are madda are stretched in the Quran, in that way situation, the pronunciation is moving or coming from our oral cavity. Okay. So what does oral cavity do? Our oral cavity is used to pronounce 3 letters or 3 sounds, the sounds of alif, waw, and ya, only when they are going to be instead of a stretching sound, not a normal sound. Okay? There can be in the Quran like waw with a zabar or fatha, waw with a zair or kasra, and we are not stretching it, right? If I can write the example over here. 1 second. Yeah, let's have an example like it says in the Quran, wa, hu, and then wa. So now over here, wa, hu, wa. We are not stretching the sounds of the wa over here, right? But when we say as lu, so over here, the sound of the lu, wow, is stretching. So this sound is going to be coming from our oral cavity. But when we say wa, hu, wa, it means this vowel is coming from our lips. Okay. So this is basically a whole rule. So how does it work? And when it works, inshallah, we will discuss it in detail when we will start our rulings. Okay. Till now, what you can memorize it, what you have to memorize is that you have to memorize that the stretching sounds in the Quran for the alif, waw, and ya are only coming from an oral cavity, that is jawf ad-dahan. Okay. So we have covered 2 makharij today. The one as shafatan or lips, pronouncing 4 letters, and the other one as jawf ad-dahan or the oral cavity, pronouncing the three sounds of madda for alif, waw, and ya. I hope these were clear to you guys. If there is anything confusing, you guys can make the questions.
Can we have a record for this one as well?
You want me to repeat the oral cavity?
I don't know. So because how do I say? It's quite different from yesterday. It's not exactly that different, but well, it's kind of different a bit. So that I can repeat watching again.
You were present in our previous class, right? Like Thursday, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And oh, okay. So were we not discussing the Jawftahan in our previous class?
Yeah, but I'm very forgetful. So because the sound, like coordinating the mouse and the teeth and everything. So I'm still like, I mean, I can pronounce all those, but I'm tone deaf, so I have to like I try to
Yeah, you need the
listen.
reminders, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
exactly.
totally fine. But what we are actually doing is we are making the practice for the letters again and again. So this class was basically a revision to our Thursday's class because some of the members, like I think the Sylvia and Shazia, they always join at this time. So they are not present in our that class. That is why we always recall the lesson on Friday night. So I think it's morning at your place, but it's night over here. So what our basic purpose is that we do the lessons every week, only one lesson, 2 days a week, so that everyone can join, everyone can listen, and then we record it. And I do upload the recordings on our YouTube channel, and I have added the links to our group description as well. So in the next class, when we will be having next Thursday, first we will recall all the things that we have done today, and then we will start a new lesson. I hope it satisfies your question.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Also, we will be, I am always available in the group. So if you guys have any confusion with your pronunciations or anything that is confusing you regarding the concept, you guys can make the questions or you can message me personally as well.
Inshallah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, any other one having any questions so that I can answer it, or should we end the class?
I think we have no question.
Oh, Alhamdulillah. It seems like everything is clear. Alhamdulillah. Okay, let's end the class with the dua. And if we have any question, we will deal it with the group. Okay?
Okay.
Let's say the dua. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. See you inshallah next week.
Waalaikumsalam.
Have a great day.
Inshallah.